Illuminate is back. Illuminate is back.
On top of the Tuesday to you. Yeah, it's July 6th. Tony and I have morning coffee, and we're going to break down parts of the Articles of Incorporation for the United States Incorporated Company. Yeah, that's going down today. And just so you know, that happened in 1925. And remember, you hold the key to your release. So grab a pen, grab a paper, and hit pause if necessary. But as always, links will be in the description, so never fear. Eluminate is here. Enjoy. What's going on? It's Tuesday. Yes, we've come off of the 4th of July weekend. For those of you who celebrate our great nation's independence, you know, cookouts and whatnot, fireworks, all that fun jazz. But today, Tony and I actually got to do our Zoom early this morning, and the top thing keeps ringing true. There's so much going on. It's meant to keep you overwhelmed. We figured that much out. Some people can't figure out how to tap out of it or tone it down. And in today's episode, which wonder how long this one will stay up. Thanks, YouTube. I feel it's a badge of honor. Anyways, if you missed it, you can catch it on Buy Me a Coffee. My shit doesn't get banned over there. But anyways, there's so much information out there. And a lot of it is very overwhelming. And a lot of it is meant to make you want to put it down, to deter you from looking any further, to make you feel like, there's no need for me to understand this. It's above my head, so I don't need to know it. And all I have to say is this. Legal documents have always been written in a way that they are to be felt like gibberish or reading German if you don't deal with them every day. But I encourage you to read the things that bore you. That is where your understanding of a lot of things will come from. I know, crappy to think about because you're like, shit, but I don't want to be bored. But once you break it down and start understanding it, that boredom turns into curiosity, and then curiosity turns into what the what? In any arena of life. I mean, think about that hobby that you wanted to get into. You thought of all the bad and all the good, and you weighed everything out, and until you actually did it, you didn't know. You know, kind of like knowing that from here to yonder is 1 mile versus walking from here to there. Then you really know what a mile is. You can comprehend it. Same thing goes with research. Break it down. Tim and I had discussed earlier in a Zoom, and he said something that was very profound. No one, they might make you feel like it, but you don't have to make a decision right now. I don't know who needs to hear that, but take your time until you understand all sides of it. Don't make that decision. Don't make that commitment. Don't be rushed. Whatever is making you feel rushed, stop. You have all the time in the world. Understand it before you do it. Understand it before you sign it. Understand it before you say it. Okay? Same goes with reading a contract, reading Articles of Incorporation. break it down. Break down that word that is tripping you up. And you'll find at its core, at its very smallest root of meaning, aha, lies waiting for you. So, get your pens and pads ready. Get your ears on, or get your finger ready to hit the pause button. I'm going to do my little thing and try to pop you guys up things. But anything that is link worthy is already in the description. So, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that bell. I love my new subscribers. Welcome. You guys are amazing. I've been away from comments on all social media sites because I have been buried with research as well as digging into music and getting ready for gigs and things like that. And I've got 2 travel things coming up, one for blogging and one for music. So my plate's been really, really full. So I promise I'll be back interacting on all social media sites very soon. I know I've posted so many things that I need to go back and check comments on, but it's coming. So sit back, relax. We got some Illuminate, conspiracy realists, theorists, whatever. But we are going to break down the U.S. Corporation Company, AOC, from 1925. We're even going to talk about some things that connect with Bill Cosby and Trump. Jesus, take the wheel. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound a little gruff. I'm trying to get my video to come up.
Well, I'm talking low, and I also have my headphones in.
Hey. The picture all right and all that good shit?
You're good. Are you still in Kentucky?
Yeah, those people will be here in about 45 minutes, an hour to unload. So.
Oh, well, that's perfect, because that's about what we'll get done for today. That works. I feel like there's so much going on. We're just going to have to do multiple Zooms a week.
Oh, my God. It's stupid today.
Okay. Oil? Really? Well, what do we do?
Did you see the video of the oil? There's a oil explosion on fire in the Gulf of Mexico. Fire coming up from the middle of the ocean on fire. And they got these stupid little boats out there squirting water at it. And I'm like, but it's already in the water and it's not going out. So why are you spraying the water? Because it's obviously not going to work if the ocean gets out. How the fuck is your little fire hose going to put it out?
Well, maybe they're spraying it with
Mexico
chemicals. Maybe it was like that. Maybe it was that fire extinguisher chemicals.
I don't know. It's one of them pumper boats like they use at New York and stuff.
Stop.
And then Mr. Biden, old Jello head, decides to lift all the sanctions off Iranian oil so they can sell it worldwide, while imposing sanctions and regulations against American oil. Why would you do that?
I mean, completely reversing things that I can't, Tony.
If Trump said that the sun was good, the damn Democrats would try to nuke it out of the sky, man. That's just how it would be.
Wait, time out, they are. Gates has that thing where he's trying to block the sun or some dumb shit.
Yeah, Bill Gates, there you go. Because the sun gives you free vitamin D. We can't have people being healthy.
Oh God, no, not for free.
Which got me thinking this morning. I don't know why I got onto this thought. When I was younger, you never heard of skin cancer. Up to I got about 20, 25. I'd hear about skin cancer. But at that time, this was after they come out with all those tanning lotions and accelerators and all these chemicals you rub all over your body. My grandmother was born on a reservation in Oklahoma. She lived her whole up to 88 years old. Never had skin cancer. Never used any damn lotions or sun protection stuff or skin sunscreen. I never had it, any skin cancer. So,
But she also didn't use accelerants, correct?
Yeah, she was, large. She didn't tan, but she always worked out in the garden, always out with her chickens, all that stuff. And skin cancer wasn't a problem.
Yep.
We never had skin cancer until the pharmaceutical companies created a whatever ingredient in their lotions to make you tan faster. Damn.
Chemicals. Metals, all types of different things are in those. And yeah, you might be onto something there, my dear friend, but I mean, they're going to call you a conspiracist. I mean, it would never be their product.
Well, I'll tell you, I remember now what got me started thinking about this. There was a report released this morning about baby food. The baby food, the Gerber, the little cute baby on the label and all that. The 4 manufacturers in the United States have internal documents that got released that heavy metals, mercury, the arsenic, are 91% higher in baby food than bottled water. Why the hell is it in my bottled water?
Why the hell is it in baby food?
But if we put that shit in the baby food, we can treat them little bastards the rest of their life, right? Causes brain damage. It's dumbing down the people.
But you know what? And this is the second release then, because there was one late last year on baby food that released all of that, and people were in hysteria over it. It was like, I can't believe that. I'm like, y'all think that's bad? You really haven't ever read the vaccine, ever, have you? Not even one, have you? Like, if that is shocking you, like, that does not shock me. Like, I'm just like, wow. Wow.
That shows how evil and corrupt our society is. If you're willing, because if you go and look at the same people that own the pharmaceutical companies are owning the food companies. They're putting the shit into our bodies so they can treat the other shit.
Create the problem while being the solution. Yeah. Kind of like going to the casino and they're telling you, have you ever watched a casino board? It'll be like 4 advertisements for games you should play, and then it's like, if you're a gambler and have addictions, please call 1-800 blah 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 blah. I'm like, but you're aiding the problem, and you go flashes for like 2 seconds, be like, here's the kind of solution. But hey, come over here and play this game.
1-800 gambler.
Yeah, like, come the fuck on. And it's so obvious.
It's like your drug dealer giving you a Narcotics Anonymous card. Here, man, here's your bag, and here's your card for Narcotics Anonymous. Not a problem if I'm helping you with it. It's not an issue. Hey, you need 2 cards this week. You've been here twice. So.
But you're telling the truth. It is total, and it's not funny. It's ironic when I say that funny. It's so blatant that people don't even realize it.
No.
It's kind of like end capping in a store. People will put shit in the cart they don't even need, let alone really want, all because they were standing in line. It caught their eye. That's why they put what they put where they put it. It's called end capping for a reason, people. Like, it's called impulse buying.
That's high profit shit.
Yes, and it's always expensive, and it's the one thing you don't look at the price on. You know what I mean? You could have price checked everything in the store, but end cap items, people don't price check because it triggers something on that impulse side. So they're just like, ooh, I want it. And, no different than anything else except
I'm going to tell you something else out there to look at real fast next couple of days before I forget it. Nestle has created a new device that they claim will replace the microwave. It's kind of like a 3D printer for food. They put nutrient Is he still there?
I'm here.
Capsule into this machine, and it prints out your fucking steak.
Holy moly, we have finally arrived. We're at the Jetsons.
They had a name. The name they used is what I think the same name was used on the Jetsons, the food generator or something like that. Remember the Jetsons? So
Done. And like I said, we have arrived. Meet. And people was bitching because we didn't have flying cars.
Yeah, right.
You can print your own food. Hopefully, coming soon to you by Nestle. I've got to read that one. I didn't see that one.
Yes, I just read it last night, Nestle. And I'm so excited for the Bill Gates synthetic meat markets to open up with all the fake meat. And he can make it look like a tenderloin. He can make it look like ribeyes. Whatever you want, man. Gates has you covered.
Are you going to get your stock?
That's it.
No, I said, are you going to go get you some?
Oh, hell no. I don't want nothing Bill Gates has. Nothing.
Oh, Lord. So, isn't it ironic we're talking about all these different corporations that are all kind of controlled by one corporation, which went bankrupt again. Again.
United States of America.
But it says it's not to be confused with the United States of America.
It's like I get sick of every day hearing on the radio about slavery this, slavery. Every damn one of us that pays taxes is a slave to the corporation of the United States of America. We are chattel to them. They own us. That's why we have social security numbers. That's why you got the cute little footprint mark on there and your little handprints. That way they can track your ass down and get their money from you.
Preach, preaching. I mean, it's Monday, but you're going to get that preach on. I love it. I mean, but you're right.
It's Tuesday.
Listen, it's whatever day we say it is because this airs whenever we say it.
Hey, you know what? You're probably right. They probably lied to us all along. It's probably some day called Hoopta, and who the hell knows what it is.
Oh my God.
Happy Hoopta to you, baby.
I can't. It's Montunda.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a combination of Monday and Tuesday, right? But okay, so it's Tuesday now that we've established that. It's whatever, who established time.
Exactly.
So I mean, at any given moment, time can cease as far as we humans nowadays know it, because so many people are dependent on time.
When they invented the clock, how did they know what time to set it to anyway?
Thank you. It was probably them guidestones.
All right.
It was somebody studying astrology. It wasn't just an engineer. It was at least a joint effort.
Back in the old days, you get up at sunrise, you go to bed at sunset.
Your body just sinks and knew when it was time. Yep. But
the bankruptcy of the United States is a serious issue that very few people are aware of.
Okay, Tony. So before we go any further with this, I was talking to you yesterday, and this has kind of been like the tone of our conversation lately. Shit that is old news is new news to a lot of people.
You're right.
And even when it was new when it came out, to people like you or myself and others like Santa Surfer or Santa Surfing on Rumble, who I had mentioned in the Buy a Coffee blog that got the ice broke on this. It goes so fast. It's like people throw all these links at you, but no one stops to really explain anything. Because let's be real, have you read the articles of Incorporation that were in
Just
that Dropbox?
Just a couple things. I read the final one from the Florida court from January. It was the first one that got me interested in it. That's what got me started on it. And I found that large file dump.
Okay, so time out. So you've read the final judgment.
Yes.
You've not read the Articles of Incorporation.
Oh, no, I haven't read the Articles of Incorporation.
Okay. See, and so many people have only read the judgment. So many people have no clue what the judgment even means because it's written, so you're not supposed to fucking understand it. That's the point. They want
legalese.
They don't even understand it. And commas, people, I have found, because I have gotten to read my fair share of estates, will and testaments, AOCs, and they're all pretty much the same, but a little different. There's certain parts that are tailored to your specific need in that document. But for the most part, they're all the same. But people who read things like these all the time will mess up because they'll scan it and they're like, okay, now I'll go back and kind of read it. And then they'll get bored and they'll skip, assuming, oh, it's the same. And commas in documents like these, commas are what we common people like to call loopholes. So it's best not to skip. As much as it might bore you or you think it might be standard, read it. Because it's amazing what you will find. So I went and I've read, let me make this very clear. I read the articles of incorporation that were in that Dropbox file. They're only 4 pages. What's
Please
4 pages?
tell.
So first off, I just want to say this. The case number that I also included in that Buy Me a Coffee post for the current bankruptcy for the United States Corporation company. The EIN for that, which is your federal identification number, is the same as the EIN that was filed and given to the United States Corporation Company in July of 1925. So I just want to start with that being said. The EINs match. Excuse me, it's early. My voice is still But so as I'm going through there and I'm starting with the things that I can fact check, because this is a lot of shit, Tony.
Yeah, it was. It's a big file.
Tony, I wanted to punch you and hug you at the same time. I was like, what am I supposed to do with all of this? I don't even know where to start. So, I start going through the Articles of Incorporation from 1925 that were filed on July 15th in Florida, which is also where the bankruptcy for 2020 was filed. I mean, okay. But on page 3 of the Articles of Incorporation, this really caught my interest. The United States Corporation Company, they can do business in Florida, where they're filing. Other states, the District of Columbia, the territories and colonies of the United States, and in foreign countries, comma, have one or more offices out of the state of Florida, comma, and hold, comma, purchase, comma, mortgage, and convey real and personal property within or without of the state of Florida.
I recall reading an article one time about Mar-a-Lago being designated as a secondary White House because it's got bunkers and skiffs and all the things that's required. So I have to go back and research on that because now you're talking about all this coming out of Florida.
Well, I'm just saying, this is where the United States United States Corporation Company was incorporated in Florida. Okay, in Florida. Something else that I found very interesting, it has perpetual existence, which basically means it never dies. It can change shareholders. People may come, people may go, but
That's us.
this corporation never will cease to exist. That is what perpetual means. Ongoing, never ceasing. Something else I found very interesting. It was on page 2 of the Articles of Incorporation. So they can act as the fiscal or transfer agent of or register of the stock or securities issued by any public or private corporation, and in such capacity to receive and disperse money to transfer, register, countersign, issue, and deliver certificate of stock, bonds, or other evidence of indebtedness, and acts as agent of any corporation, foreign or domestic, for any lawful purpose.
Mm.
Wait.
You're about to make me smoke a cigarette. You know that.
Probably this one's really gonna get you. Hold on. I'm going back to the actual document, which I will drop the link to the document in the description as always, and I'll highlight. I'll tell you what, I'll give you your highlights. But hold on, is it this link? There's so many links in this file, Tony. Okay.
Oops.
Did you light a cigarette? Did it happen?
I'm about to.
Oh, God.
Hit me.
To carry on the business of an appraisal and audit company, and in connection therewith to make examinations and appraisals of the business and property of corporations and individuals, to examine and audit their books and accounts, and to make reports and certificates and report thereof, to publish and deal in books, periodicals, pamphlets, legal forms, and blanks of all kinds, to acquire by purchase or otherwise, and to hold for investment or otherwise to use, sell, lease, or dispose of real estate and real property in any interest, estate, or right therein.
So they got the power of God. So everything from coast to coast, border to border is theirs.
Listen, Linda, hold on. I done made my phone go flying across the room. Hold on, oh, there it is. It's under my foot.
All right.
Okay. Oh, this one is this one. This is page 2, again, of the Articles of Incorporation that were filed July 15th of 1925. To acquire by purchase, subscription, or otherwise, and to hold for investment or otherwise, and to use, sell, or dispose of shares of stock, bonds, or any other obligations or securities of any corporation, domestic or foreign, to aid in any manner any corporation whose shares of stock, bonds, or other obligations are held or in any manner guaranteed by the company, or in which the company is in any way interested, and to do any other sets or things for the preservation, protection, improvement, or enhancement of the value of any such shares of stock, bonds, or other obligations, or to do any acts or things designed for any such purpose. And while owner of any such share of stock, bonds, or other obligations, to exercise all the rights, powers, and privileges of ownership thereof, and to exercise any and all voting powers thereon. Listen, they even have they can purchase or otherwise aid to hold, own, use, grant license in respect to otherwise turn to account or dispose of any copyrights, trademarks, inventions, patent rights, and letters, patent of the United States or of any other country.
So this explains why if you're in the military and you invent something, you don't own it. The government owns it immediately.
Yes, and I have proof of someone who will never own his inventions and is I mean, I know him. I have many conversations with the man, and he'll never own his inventions, and he created one that we still use today. Like, there was a movie titled after one of his inventions.
Oh, wow.
Something, something down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
White Sparrow down.
No, Black Hawk down.
I know.
You dick. You made me say it. Anyway, you're a dick. Ha 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 ha. Anyway.
Hey, Erica, reel you in, baby.
You did. You got me. It's early. It's early. I'm only on my first cup of Joe, so yeah. But
so that sounds a lot to me like CCP type shit. The state owns everything. Government owns us. They own us. We're slaves to the government. Everything that happens is the government's.
Yes. Listen, they have the right. Hold on. Where is it?
So those articles technically were communism coming in.
Yeah, it was 1925, in case anybody missed that.
Holy shit balls.
See? I wish. I'm so glad. I can't right now. Like, those 5 pages are glorious. And again, I've already put the link in one thing, but I'm going to drop it on today's because, yeah, like, the power of reading. And if you just stop and go look up something that you don't understand, like, I mean, for example, a lot of people don't understand what a fiscal or transfer agent is. That basically means, think of it as a trust company or a bank that is acting as a trust. But then there's also times that companies, which is very rare, but there are times companies act as their own fiscal agent. They're their own, they create a trust within themselves.
More plainly put, a fiscal or transfer agent is basically the person who makes sure you get paid. They are who pays out the dividends. You know, all about the Benjamins.
And monitor it. Which is basically what the U.S. does. Just everything, yeah. No one owns, they own everything. I really love like, I'm not going to sit here and read the entire Articles of Incorporation because, again, you can read it for yourself, and a lot of it is very self-explanatory if you stop and just break it down. They give you these articles in all types of legal documents. They give you like this much, and you're like, how do I even begin? Take it sentence by sentence. Make commas, periods, like, make them stop. You know what I'm saying? Go look. It's if you can define one of their big words, because they're trying to act like Dr. God with horrible bedside manner. Dumb down one word, the whole document becomes very, very easily readable at that point. You know, these articles make and distribute money.
Yeah, out of thin air, not backed up by anything. It's like, had a guy call. I was with my mom the other day. Guy called. He wanted to sell her a platinum coin. Platinum is 1,080 an ounce, and he wanted $2,800 because it was some special edition United States of America coin. And my mom's like, "Here, talk to my son. He does some metal too." So I said, "What you got, buddy?" He said, "I got this United States Liberty platinum coin, $2,800. I pulled up my phone. I said, "Well, platinum's only 1,080 an ounce." I said, "First of all, I'd only give you a little bit over spot price. That's it." I said, "I expect you to make a few dollars." I said, "There ain't no way in hell I'm going to buy anything that says United States of America as a precious metal, because if you go back to 1931, when the government come and took the gold and all the silver because they didn't want the people to have it. If it's got the United States of America on it, at this point, with it being a corporation, they can come and take my money. It's theirs.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
mine.
it's not
they can
yours.
take my metal. So I only buy blank bullions or generic coins, stuff like that doesn't have anybody's name on it, because that way it's mine. And they got
I have a theory, because you're so right. It's not yours. You just get to you get to like imagine it's yours. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And my theory is this. That's why they're hitting cryptocurrency so hard, because it can't be controlled or dictated by their stuff. Their stuff has no precedence over it, none whatsoever. And it scares them because you actually can become financially independent if you play your cards right and sit there and get there. Well, timing is essential with that type of thing. So you can really play your cards right and never have needed them. And if you do it really right, you don't ever have to pay them taxes on it either.
Exactly. I'm going to say something. I'm going to jump on another subject real quick, because it's just stuff I've been reading today and yesterday and last week. People need to be prepared. I sent you a video about corn. They're paying farmers $3,800 an acre to destroy their crops.
You know, I had heard something about that. Like late last year, somebody was whispering about it, and I forget who it was. And
so people need to be stocked up. They need to have water. Most important thing you can have.
Yep.
Get stuff to barter with. I've gone and bought several cases of pint jars of whiskey and extra cartons of cigarettes, because you can trade for that shit. That just, you never know what you're going to need. If you can't afford to buy silver or gold, you buy copper. You get copper wire around your house and melt it.
Listen, stop, time out.
All that stuff will get you ready, though.
Time out. Don't say copper on this show. You never know who's watching. Don't. Time out.
Don't steal copper. Don't steal it. No.
Exactly. But you got a lot of fucktards out there. I said it. It's early in the morning, and yes, I let it roll off the tongue. Do not steal copper. That is But
you can buy copper. You can go on eBay and buy copper rounds.
You can.
For cheap price. You can just buy bunches of them, but you'll be surprised what that copper will be worth. Because one thing I have learned, the deep state and politicians always project what is getting ready to happen. And now you search for the last month how many articles you've seen about blackouts, how many articles you've seen about cyber attacks on the grid. It's coming, man. They're telling you. They're warning you ahead of time.
Well, and look how many blackouts we've had.
Right?
Hell, what about when the Vatican went dark? And then you turn around and went DC dark? Like, there was like systematic almost, it felt like, blackouts in essential places.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. You know what I find weird? All of these Biden policies and sanctions and things going into play almost kind of do feel like some Obama 2021-ish. And you said something interesting. You were like, they always tell you what they're going to do before they do it. And they do, if you're listening. It's kind of like end capping. Are you paying attention to what they're doing and saying? And
did you see the Obama interview?
I did. He was really good at that. He always told you what he was going to do. And people weren't paying attention. They were just like, and I'm like, y'all wasn't listening. You wouldn't be cheering if you was listening. But hey, you'll feel it. And you'll want to blame the next guy coming in.
He wanted to live in the basement and direct somebody else what to do. And that's exactly what's happened. Why do you think Biden keeps saying, oh, my handlers get mad at me? I can't take that question. My handlers I mean, think about it. They're telling you what the hell's going on, and people too damn stupid to open their eyes.
Again, it's kind of like
that little the television didn't tell me to pay attention, so I ain't got to pay attention.
Listen, you know why a lot of people are missing it? Because the truth will set you free, but it will piss you off first. People usually can't get past being pissed off to get, to just enjoy it. Okay, I'm at truth, but if they could get past pissed off, whew, God.
Yo, tell
Oh, man. The freedom that would happen. It'd be like a George Michael moment. Freedom. Like, you know.
the left's always talking about being woke. I don't want to be woke. I like being awake.
Listen,
I like seeing what's going on around me.
exactly, because I've seen a lot of woke people just making. I'm just like, okay, yep. If that's what that looks like, I'm gonna need you to stay way far away from me.
And one other thing people need to post on your whatever social medias they're on. The military cannot make soldiers take that damn vaccine. It's a higher risk to anybody under 30 years old.
Actually,
I don't
time
want.
Time out, Tony. I'm going to correct you there. The military can make you take the vaccine if you're in. Time out, Tony.
Bullshit. I know they own you, but
exactly. So I hate to bust your bubble with how you feel. When you go in the military, you sign a contract. You don't have a choice. Your body is not yours. You can't even get a fucking tattoo without their permission. Because if you do, they can dock your pay and strip you of rank. If not, blackball you and unenlist you with a stain, all because you disobeyed. You sign a contract. You see, that's kind of, it goes hand in hand with these articles and corporations and contracts of life. You have to read and truly understand what you're reading, what you're signing. I don't care if it takes you 7 years to read through it before you understand it and sign it. Don't sign it till you understand it. Because yes, they can make you take it if you are enlisted and getting a paycheck. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter how you feel about it. If they sign that contract and they're still enlisted, hey, they knew what they had to do.
I still think it's bullshit, Erica.
Oh,
nobody should be forced to take a vaccine.
It's total bullshit. But watch this, Tony. That vaccine is one of hundreds you're forced to take when you're enlisted. Okay?
Right.
So, again, you knew what you were signing up for. You get paid. You get paid well when you're enlisted. And if you're actually in hazard pay, you get paid well. Be married, have dependents, you get paid really well while you're activated. So most of them go in not expecting to come home anyways.
Same.
I'm just telling you the mindset. So
I know what you're saying.
a lot of them don't understand. Like they have that mindset, but they don't understand. So now they're emotional like you are. Like this is bullshit, and they're outraged. But I encourage and hope that they get to the other side of that really quickly because you signed a fucking contract. So you should have understood every part of what might have been required of you before you signed it. And if you didn't, well, you should have took a little more time because no one's pressuring you to make a decision today about anything. This goes with any type of thing that you have to make a decision on. Until you fully understand all sides of it, don't make that decision. Don't make that commitment because you're setting yourself up for failure. You ain't got to answer that call in nobody's time but your own. So, I mean, I hate it. I do hate it. But at the same time, if I was still enlisted, guess what? I would have had to have taken the vaccine.
That's terrible.
I know. It's some bullshit.
Right. I'm upset about it. But I'm upset because I know the side effects. I've read about all the things that happen. So what happens when 100% of our military is vaccinated and 75% of them die? We're sitting ducks in this country. That's my concern. That's my big concern. That's our protection being destroyed.
Well, it's kind of like these airlines that are mandating their pilots take the vaccine.
And now they're not able to fly.
Here's my thing. You have people blacking out. There's been reports of that.
Yep.
With no known medical history or reason for that to even be happening. So what should happen if that happens to one of the pilots? Like, this is what you're mandating. I don't feel that they're making smart mandates. I don't in any way, shape, or form. I feel they're making emotional mandates, meaning they're trying to placate to these people that might judge them differently if they felt that they didn't go on board. Fuck feeling. Y'all need
British
to
Airways had 4
do
pilots
the right
die.
thing. They had how many?
British Airways had 4 pilots under 32 years of age die from the vaccine. And now they got all these pilots that have been vaccinated. They don't have enough pilots to fly planes. Southwest yesterday. was delayed because they don't have people to work. They don't have pilots. Also, yesterday, I seen a notice come out. A guy says, talking about if you've had the shot of AstraZeneca, that's the one, Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, that do the blood clots.
Mm-hmm.
The elevation and the pressures and stuff mess with those blood clots, and it's going to affect your ability to travel because they're having people black out or die on planes from blood clots.
I'm gonna have to look further into that.
Yeah,
I
I just read it last night, so I just gotta.
I'm definitely gonna have to look further into that. So, can I say something that might shock and like awe you?
I would love some shock and awe with my coffee this morning.
All right. So, do you know who the first impeachment attorney was for Trump? Do you know who led the defense for his first impeachment trial?
I do, but I can't recall the name of the moment.
His name is Steve Castor. Do you know who led the second?
Seems so familiar.
Stop. Wait. Do you know who led the defense team for the second impeachment trial?
Who?
Bruce Castor, Steve's cousin. Do you know who Bruce Castor is? He's the one who made that promise at a press conference and is the reason that Cosby is free.
Oh.
He also was the first Solicitor General, which was a made-up position. That's why he was the first. And it was basically to let him sit there till they could get whoever out so he could be first Deputy Attorney General in Philly. That's where he went after, his promise.
Wow.
He's done a lot of things, actually.
Wow. So,
what if that was the big thing, Tony? What if that was the big thing Trump was promising? What if Cosby getting out was the big thing for the week?
God, we need to look at how that's all tied together. Trump, Cosby, attorneys.
Castors, the Castors, Trump, Cosby.
See, I was a whole different direction on all the Cosby shit.
There was always big hypotheticals out there that he was the fall guy. He was the easy target. And, he was trying to buy one of the major networks and, was real close to succession. And then, bam, all that scandal charges really, hit full force. Yeah. So, it just, and they, there's, huge, and it's been said multiple times, there's huge hypotheticals that he was definitely the fall guy because they couldn't prosecute bigger fish, meaning Trump, people like Trump, and especially couldn't, and Trump was definitely untouchable at this point, so it was him that must, fall on the sword. And I'm like, well, now that he's free all of a sudden, it does really make you wonder. And I mean, Bruce Castor is very implemental in your freedom.
He guaranteed your freedom. He guaranteed Trump's obviously didn't get impeached twice.
And his cousin made sure it didn't happen the first time, and Bruce got him on the second one.
Wow.
Things that make you go,
Yeah. When does a bird sing?
All the time. When it's happy.
When they're in jail. That's
yeah.
where I was going.
Yeah, jailbirds sing a lot. Because you thought he had information on people, right? Isn't that what your thoughts were?
My thoughts was, the same time Allison Mack is being sentenced for the Nexium stuff, Cosby's coming out.
I forgot about that.
Keith Rainier, they sentenced him to 120 years, and he's already 60 years old, so pretty sure he's going to die in prison. Unless Castor made a public promise for him. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we'll have to look into that. But
Allison Mack goes to prison when Cosby getting out, like a big revolving door. And they're all Hollywood celebrities.
Yeah.
And they're all involved with Nexium. They're all involved with pedophilia.
Here's what cracks me up. We keep seeing all these celebrities Where's the politicians? Because they're there too.
Yeah, they're in there. They just pay the deep state better than the celebrities do.
I'm done.
Celebrities go to Hollywood every day, Erica. You can get a new one every day. And politicians, you got to train and groom them and get them reelected every year. So you got more time invested in them. That's why they keep politicians taken care of.
Exactly.
They piss the deep state off to get a politician in trouble.
Your statement right there just helps further my theory that, and a lot of other people's theory, Cosby was the fall guy for our new non-politician politician. Because the charges on Cosby weren't even filed. It was like December of 2015, I think it was, when they filed the charges.
But you look at the charges on Cosby,
or
all
16.
the people that came out from the past, they did the same playbook on Trump. All of a sudden, Stormy Daniels, all these people popped up from the past. Brett Kavanaugh, some goofy bitch from California. Well, he raped me when I was 15 and gang rape. Where was you at? Well, I don't know. Well, who else was there? Well, I don't know that either. Over Kavanaugh. So, I forget her stupid names. Blasey Ford, something like that.
But see, I still have to tread lightly because you don't know. You don't know. You weren't there.
I'm sorry. You have that traumatic of an experience in your life that you're willing to come out 40 years later about it. You remember, and you know exactly what you got. Details, little sights and sounds and smells that are still locked in your head. It's like with you over your attack with the dog. You little things pop in your head that you know because you went through a terrible experience. So you can't tell me that you had this most incredible moment and you can't even remember what street you were on or what part of town you were in or any of that shit. I don't believe that.
Well, yeah, you do have a point there. You do. Because with that much time, well, with any amount of time, little or big in between, if you're coming out, the hope is to have a resolution and to see justice. So, yeah, lack of details kind of makes it pointless to put yourself through that. You're very correct there. You're very correct there. But and even the one that was supposed to be the hard hitter, the one that Cosby testified in the civil case so that and then got the immunity so that she could file civil charges. The whole reason that happened was because Castor had advised her that she probably wouldn't have a jury see it her way because of lack of evidence and the fact that she was still hanging around him. She still kept contact with him after all said encounters or whatever. And he said, he said, I feel that you could definitely get some type of punitive. He goes, but I don't know. It's a risk hoping a jury sees it your way. Well, the first time they didn't. The second time they did. And
some old people too, like 5 or 6 more people from Cosby's past. They got to say it in front of it.
Yeah, they had
never been allowed anyway.
I know, and it's just like everybody's upset because Brittany didn't get freed, but here come Cosby out, and they're like, nobody asked for it. I'm like, no, nobody asked for it, but they were going to give y'all something you didn't ask for in that realm. I knew it was coming. I knew it wasn't going to be what everybody wanted it to be because they're not about happy endings right now. It used to be every 4 years they highly played on your emotions. Every 4 minutes they are now highly playing on your emotions.
Oh God, yeah.
And not giving you Brittany was to keep you angry, and giving you Bill was to piss you thoroughly off. So now it's just, if you really are emotionally pulled by things, you still matter with that.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm over here like R. Kelly in jail trying to figure out who to call. He like, Cosby, hit me up, give me a link.
I want to continue this. I would love to continue this conversation after a while because unfortunately my stupid ass has to go to work.
Oh, you have to go do the American thing, or the adult thing.
Well, you don't know how many people in federal and state welfare is depending on me to get my ass out and go to work out here. So
no, Tony, but I do because Hell, I don't even understand how many households I've taken care of at one time.
Exactly.
Truly.
And it ain't enough because they keep dragging it from me every day or trying to force it from me. So,
well, you go do the adult thing, and that sounds like a plan because, yeah, I got to go do the adult thing too. So, yeah.
talk to you later. Peace out.
Have
Love
fun.
you guys.
Peace out.
Bye.
Later.
Thank you for tuning in, and as always, for more ways to support, there are links in the description. And always, sharing is caring, so go ahead, grab that link and send it on over to your favorite social media site. And if you haven't, well, check out these pages above, and Tony and I will be back. Special guest, I'm quite sure, is coming in as well. There's still so much to uncover, and, you know, as it comes to me, I'll get it to you. But always, just breathe, because it's all very overwhelming. But hey, we've got all the time in the world at this point to research it. So keep uncovering that truth, and I'll see you back here next time, right here on These Are the Times YouTube with Eluminate.